Hi, my name is Brady Aiello, and I'm going to be talking about my MineSweeper program today. So let's just check it out. I think everyone's played MineSweeper by this point. So we'll do, okay, here we are. Alright, we'll do /, get out. And so we're just going to ask how many mines we want placed on the board. So let's say we want 10. And we want to check for mines. Let's check 0, 0. That would be the top row, leftmost column. So they're all indexed 0 to 19. There's 20 rows, 20 columns, and let's see. All right, we got a big flood fill because there's only it's only 10, and I won just because I got all of them. So we can do this again. So let's do this little harder one. Let's do 20 mines. And let's check it out. Let's check at 0, 0 again. And now I'll check 1919, the bottom right corner. Okay. And now we see a spot right here. So it'll be 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. So it goes 0, 12. So we'll intentionally kill ourselves to see the end screen. So as we look through here, see that it's touching 3 mines, 1, 2, 3. This guy's touching 2, so he's at 1, 2. This guy's touching 1, here's 1. This guy's touching 2, 1, 2. And so you can go through the whole board and see that this does print it out correctly. So this guy's touching 2, 1, 2, and so on and so forth. So the way I did this was I tried to think of the most intuitive way to set it up. You're on a 2D board. Use a 2D array. That's pretty easy, so you can just access each one of these guys one at a time. So let's check and see how this is actually working. So we have a mess of functions. Now the heart of it is, well, first we're going to go up to the top and we're going to create a field right here. So we'll allocate the space for the field, and then we're going to allocate the space for each one of these mines. The struct mine field has a double pointer to cell, so you can get into that 2D array type functionality. The number of mines, you want to keep track of those. If we uncover the amount of mines there are, then hey, or if we've uncovered everything except the number of mines that there's left, then we win. We have visible cells, and we also have a dead. So if you die, and that flag gets called, and then you spits out your end game, kills the program. So once we create the field, we have to randomly place mines. So that's done via a rand function. I'm going to take you there at the bottom. It's very simple, and we just go through that to make sure that they're valid, that there is not another mine there, and then we haven't run off the edge. It's not negative, it's between 0 and 19 for row and for column. So placing a mine, we want to see, we can just place it there, but we also want to increment the number to the sides. If you place a mine down in location 0, 0, then location 0, 1 is going to have one more mine next to it. And that's what this guy does. It just goes around and looks at the 9 locations that are directly adjacent to it. I'm sorry, 8 locations that are directly adjacent to the mine that you just placed. And check direction is part of this flood fill program. Let me take a look at this real quick. So what flood fill does is it sees if there are any zeros. Now on a real MineSweeper game, you just have blanks. You don't have 0, but 0 is a good placeholder because there are 0 mines next to it. So we're going to go around, and every cell that if we've actually gotten to a 0, it's right here. If you look, if cell, row, column contents equals 0, that means there's no mines there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look, and a flood fill will check to see if there are adjacent zeros to that 0 that we just overturned. And if there is something in that cell adjacent to it, then we're going to call this check direction, which is really just this. We're going to see if it's 0, and we're going to add a counter to the number of visible cells, because we're uncovering it, and now we're going to see if that guy has any adjacent cells. So this is just a recursive way to do a flood fill. There are ways to do it that are non-recursive, but I found this the most intuitive. So yeah, and then checking a cell, we just, if it's a 0, we do a flood fill, and if not, then we just flip it over. So that's pretty much it for MineSweeper. It's a pretty fun little game, and I had some problems with it recently, I thought, because I was doing this random number generator and I wasn't checking to see if there was already a mine placed randomly there. I have this set up both ways. I have some commented out code because sometimes you want to place a mine via user input just to check that it's working correctly. So it's there for debugging purposes. But until recently I had a little bug, and once I checked to see if there was a mine there already before randomly placing it there, the bug went away. So anyway, thanks for taking a look at my MineSweeper, and I hope you liked it.